Hey, what's up guys? It is Sunday, August 21st. And we will be doing our Q&A today, a little differently. Today I asked I asked Instagram if they would leave me some questions and comments. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and read off some questions, pretty much at random, and we will go from there. So hopefully you guys have had a good weekend here. I'll be back to work tomorrow. Let's see here. Alright, so yes, today's Instagram post got 75 comments, so that's a decent amount. We're just gonna go through top to bottom and pick some random ones and see what we come up with. Alright. So first thing, a lot of you guys said, isn't that a donkey head? I don't know if you guys on YouTube follow me on Instagram as well, but if you do, I'm pretty sure it's a horse head. I could be wrong. Apparently I can't tell the difference. So Tim Fitness 3 asks, what meet are you getting ready for and how are you feeling injury wise? So right now I'm getting ready for the Idaho State meet, which is next weekend, the 27th. And that's the next meet. A lot of people, you guys had questions on, what am I training for now? What's next? So that's next. As well, I have a few little tweaks. My shoulders have been bugging me since I was training for the strongman competition, and I haven't really been the same. My bench has been struggling hard. I was consistently hitting 315 for sets of 10 for months, for a long time, and now I'm struggling to hit it for sets of 4 or 5, and it's really quite frustrating, and I'm not sure what the issue is. I think my shoulders are just super tight and it's hard for me to pull them back into the bench. So that's something I might work on. Obviously I gotta find something, whatever's wrong, and start working on it. So that's one thing. As far as my deadlifts and squats and things, those are fine. The one thing I'm working on right now is my right knee. I had something pop in there the other day and it's just not been the same. My knees, my low back's a little inflamed, but that's pretty common. It's not a huge issue. Right now it's my knee and my shoulders. So that's what's going on. Just some minor tweaks, minor injuries, and it'll get better. So that's what we're working through. JD Strength asks, what's your stack? And honestly, it's Cage Muscle. I have the products sitting around. Basically, it's all of his line, Cage Muscle supplements, but not only because I'm sponsored, but I actually do like the product. So BCA is glutamine, creatine, the protein. I'm also taking their Clean Burn, which is pretty good if you're looking for a fat burner, stem-free. I like it. And then the L-carnitine, taking some fish oil, multivitamin, citrulline, pre-workout of course. I think that's about it. So yeah, Cage Muscle supplements, and on top of that, just fish oil and a multi. Yep. Alright, so I know I've answered this before, but some of these guys might be newer, seeing that I'm coming from Instagram and kind of mixing the two social media things together, or trying to. Have you ever gotten sorry, not that one. How do you periodize your training? What's your split like? I know I've answered this before, but for you new ones, basically I do hypertrophy, strength, and then peaking. And those are split up into 3 different phases. Phases length may vary. Typically I'm going to specify 12 weeks and do 4 weeks of each. But depending on how long I have between meets and things like that, the time can change. So hypertrophy, strength, peaking. I split those blocks up pretty evenly. Typically it only takes 4 to 6 weeks to peak. And then hypertrophy is usually 4 to 6 weeks, and strength can be 4 to 6 weeks. And my split, Monday, deads and bench, heavy deads, heavy bench. Tuesday, front squats, overhead press or push press. Wednesday's accessory, more of an isolation and bodybuilding routine, you might call it, as well as some cardio, typically HIIT training. Thursday's deficit deadlifts, typically with an axle bar as well, and light pause bench. That was Thursday. Friday again, accessories, isolation, bodybuilding routine, and cardio. And Saturday is heavy squats, heavy bench. Sunday is more of an optional day for me, but typically I'll go back and do cardio and some strongman type training. So that's my split. That is my routine. That's what I currently do. I know a lot of you guys also ask, like, what program do you follow? Why do you follow it? And that kind of thing. Or would you hire a coach? And I've been training so long on my own that I know my body better than anyone else. I know what I need. I know what I need to work on. Yeah, it's nice to have a second pair of eyes, but that's what you guys are for. So when I post videos and things, like, you guys will comment, and I'll take some comments to heart because it's actually a good critique. But just training partners in general can be helpful to spot something you might not see. Chris Gethin, he's done that for me a lot. And other than that, typically I'm not going to go hire a coach because I know just as much as they do, if not more, about many things, strength in relation to the strength training. And since I'm the one who's doing it, I'm filling things out and I'm trying to understand my body. I'm going to just choose to do it myself. And I mean, for you newer guys, yeah, get a coach for the first maybe a year or two you're doing it. Vary different coaches. You don't have to always train under the same guy. It's good to hear different kinds of feedback and things like that. But as far as when you're newer, it's good to have someone there to help you. But over time, you'll get to understand yourself, understand your body, and what you need to do, and what works well. Let's see here. What's your opinion on DMAA? Shit, man, it's been so long. I think it's a banned stimulant now, that used to be used in a ton of pre-workouts. I don't really have an opinion. I know it was good. I don't know why it got banned. Let me see here. DMAA. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right subject here. Dimethyl oh shit. Yeah, illegally found in some supplements, often touted as a natural stimulant. Alright, yeah. So, honestly, it used to be in a ton of pre-workouts. I never had a problem with it. I never saw a problem with it. All I know is that it's banned now, so. Alright. And a lot of you guys have this kind of question too. What's your personal preference on getting leaner while either maintaining or gaining strength? Honestly, a lot of people say it's a myth. You can't get lean and put on strength or build strength, and I think that's a myth. I think, I typically maintain my body size and mass while getting stronger. I've obviously shown that over the course of the last few years. I've stayed at 198, and I've continued to get leaner, and I've continued to get stronger. So I'm living proof. To do this, I typically just watch my diet, watch what I'm eating, cut back on drinking beer. I do like beer, and that's been a fallback of mine lately. I'm not currently as lean as I'd like to be. Just been drinking a little too much beer. As far as my diet goes, that's pretty much okay. I split up carbs and protein pretty evenly. I used to be a lot less on the carbs and just get as much protein as possible and cut out the rest. I still believe that protein is the main key. Like, it's gonna help build muscle. It's gonna help with recovery. It's all your body really needs. I mean, besides fiber and things like that, just for health, it's all you need to really. I mean, it's harder for your body to break it down and utilize it as energy, but it can still be done. So that's why the carbs are there. That's gonna help with energy levels. But as far as fats go, all my fats are naturally occurring. I keep it as low as possible. I choose lean meats. Lean turkey is typically in my meals for the day. Lean ground turkey or chicken breast, and that's what I prefer. I don't think it's too hard, obviously, to get leaner. You got to add in cardio, and that's something I've been doing lately. Is just doing more HIIT training. I was kind of slacking for a while. A lot of you guys don't do cardio, especially if you're a powerlifter, but I recommend powerlifters do HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. Basically sprints, sprinting on a treadmill, sprinting outside, pushing a prowler. High intensity stuff. It's going to work on your fast twitch muscle fiber and build explosiveness, build power, everything like that. So there's nothing wrong with doing that kind of thing. If you're outside jogging and you're a strength athlete, that might not work the best, but it's a decent way to lose weight. So those are just a few things I do to keep my body weight and my body mass lean, and stay strong. So what was next? What's your Sunday workout? Oh, that's a good question. I kind of went over this. Today I went to the gym. I did prowler, I did farmer carries, I did sledgehammer strikes, which basically you're swinging a sledgehammer into a tire. I focus really on emphasizing the core and the abs on this one. It's also good for cardio. And then I just basically did some overhead dumbbell press, worked the upper delts and triceps. That's all I did today. I was outside most of it, so that wore me out quick, but it's a good workout. Alright, a couple more. Hi Jesse, how much is the difference between your training max versus competition max? Good question. However, I don't actually max outside of competitions. I don't know what my true max is. I know in the ballpark of where it is before I go into a competition. Like, recently I hit 675 for a triple on deads, dead stop, which felt good. I know my dead's currently 750 to 8 pretty easily. My squat did 675 for a double. I know I could hit 725. It depends. I mean, my body could be burnt out a little bit, but it felt powerful, other than my knee hurting. So that's kind of how I measure it. It's just the last few weeks leading up in the training cycle before my meet. I kind of finding out where I'm currently at and hope. I mean, obviously I've been doing a ton of reps recently, and I think it's built strength. I just think my few little injuries here and there have hindered me a bit and been draining me mentally and physically. So I haven't been 100%, and that's been hard to deal with, but it happens. Everyone gets it. Just gotta train through it, train smart around it, things like that. Alright. Do you ever post on the MISC? I'm assuming you're talking about bodybuilding.com MISC, and I used to. I have not been as active on other social media outlets just because my time's focused here on Instagram, YouTube, not so much Facebook anymore, and then my online training stuff. So, alright, last question. What sport activity do you wish you could have done or continued doing to this point in your life? Honestly, I wish I would have stuck to football. As a freshman in high school, I was starting middle linebacker. I absolutely loved it. One of the team captains. This is freshman, so it's not like a huge deal. But no, I was doing good. Backup, fullback, special teams, all that stuff. and I think I could have done really well, especially if I put as much time and effort as I did into lifting, or both, you know. I don't know, unfortunately I got a huge concussion, and that I couldn't play the rest of that year, but it just kind of, is off-putting to go back into football. I mean, I could say maybe I was a little scared. I don't think I was necessarily scared to get another concussion. I just didn't want to deal with, you know, doing 3-a-days and 2-a-days and practicing every day just to be, you know, messed up in one game and then be out the rest of the year because something stupid. That my team wasn't too good. You know, there wasn't really any hopes for me to. I don't know. Obviously, we weren't going to state. Maybe that could have changed, but there's a few things just regarding the team and things like that I didn't want to deal with, and it was off-putting for me. I think if I went to a different school, I probably would have stuck with it. But yeah, no, I love football. Still wish I was playing. Still think I'd be decent. You know, I'm quick. I think I'm still a little agile. Probably not as much as I used to be, but yeah, I love football. So that's gonna be it, you guys. Thank you for leaving all the questions and feedback for me. I'll be doing another one in 2 weeks. I know I slacked on this one. This one was 3 weeks since the last video. So I apologize, but thank you guys on Instagram for leaving the questions in the comments section and actually leaving some decent questions. Hopefully you guys are watching this video and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. You know, if you're not on YouTube a lot, it's not a bad place to be. I know YouTube and Instagram don't always mix, so I'm just throwing that out for all you guys that came to this YouTube video just to check out the questions, comments, things like that. But yeah, that's gonna be it today. I will of course film my meet. Basically just gonna go and do openers and get qualified for Raw Nationals and try to get healthy and go kill it at that meet. So that's kind of the next few things in the future. Now in USAPL I haven't done my absolute best. I'd like to hit over a 2,000 pound total in the USAPL. I think that would be a freaking huge accomplishment because they are so strict. At the weight class is 205, it's not 198, but at 205 hit that over 2,000 pound total. I think that'd be huge. After that I'll probably go to various USPA meets or whatever. I'm not sure, I don't have anything planned. Obviously there's some strongman. I'm qualified for strongman nationals from that last strongman I did. I'm thinking about doing that. So, the book's still open for me, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so this is a little longer video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Please go ahead and leave your comments and questions below. I'm not sure what video, or whether I'm going to pull questions from Instagram again or try to pull them from these YouTube videos next week. But yeah, leave me some feedback, let me know what you think, and as always, we'll see you guys later.